Welcome, everyone. Today's topic, TIN matching, and then handling your B notices, those conversations you don't want to have with the IRS. This TIN matching topic is going to help you mitigate that risk and reduce the responsibilities and amount of work that you're going to need to do with bad tax ID numbers and name matches or mismatches. The 972CG topic is our third topic. If you get to the point where you actually receive a CP 2100, the IRS is probably going to keep tabs and they're probably going to send you a bill for failure to comply. We're going to talk about trying to mitigate that bill and use what we call the reasonable cause regulations to demonstrate why we should not have to pay the penalty. Finally, we have a little bonus for you with regard to the risk of personal liability on withheld taxes. Hopefully it will be a minor issue for you, but we wanted to share it with you and make sure that you're aware. So our first topic today is the registration for and using the TIN matching system. This is the primary focal point of the topics today. The secondary is going to be that B notice topic. So let's spend a little time here and see if we can't get this lined up for you. Let me make sure. Okay, we thought maybe we had a lightning storm and lost signal, but apparently it's okay. So moving into it, do you have any experience with the TIN matching at this time? If you do and you could use the chat box to discuss it with me, that would be great. I'd love to hear from you. So just type into the chat box and let me know what your status is. So if you've got some experience with it, it's loaded up, that's great. If you're experiencing problems, let me know what they are. If you're new to this, just say I'm new. Okay? So this TIN matching system, it's a free system. So I'm going to repeat that several times today. It's voluntary, so nothing required about this. It's just an excellent idea. You're allowed to use it to test the tax ID numbers and names that are offered to you on Forms W-9. The system was designed to equip you to deal with the list of 1099s that are shown on the slide: interest, broker, dividend, original issue, discount, retirement, K, that's merchant card providers on P cards, and the 1099 miss, which is most likely the one you're concerned about. INT, DIV, and MISC are typically the ones that you are doing the bulk of. If you're a financial institution, you're doing a bunch of Ks as well. It's offered as part of the IRS e-services package. The URL on the screen there is the reference to link into it and get started. That's where you would begin the registration process. The problem is here that WebEx doesn't allow us to make the URLs hot. So I apologize for that. Nothing I can do about it. At least you have the link, and we can move on. So how does it work? Basically, you receive a W-9 from the payee. You log into the IRS e-services website, of course, assuming you've registered to use it. You receive a response. In other words, you enter name and tax ID number and get a response back from the IRS. If it matches your system's information, at this point it would be your W-9 data, then you're going to print the response or hook it electronically to the W-9 electronic file, perhaps. You're going to file all that together and then go ahead and set up your payee for payment. So the standard operating procedure should be that you require a W-9 from or a W-8, depending on the type of payee, from your payees. The W-8s go with the non-resident aliens. The W-9s go with U.S. persons. If you're not sure what the difference is, you can start with Pub 515 and take a look at that, or join us for a topic discussion on non-resident alien compliance. TIN matching goes next. So you'll take your W-9s, log in, make this a part of your normal setup of any new payee into your system. If you don't get a match, you don't set them up. If you don't set them up, you can't pay them. If you can't pay them, you don't have to withhold. Isn't that cool? Takes care of a lot of problems. So let's make sure that we do the TIN match and get a support for this on the front end. Jill just poked in and said we use it, but we've hit a roadblock with adding new users. Okay, Jill, so type a little more. Tell me more about that. So next thing, you scan everything, put it away, set up your payee, and keep the 10-match work for future reference. The documentation is going to be very helpful when you're dealing with CP2100 B notice. Frankly, if you do the 10-matching thing, you're probably not going to have B notice problems. It's only going to be those payees that get set up and slip through the cracks where a 10-match did not occur that could possibly make it over to that CP2100. The only other thing I can think of is someone has a name change after you vetted them and they failed to tell you about the name change. So then suddenly the tax ID number and the name stop matching where they used to. Speaking of these non-resident aliens, an I-10 is kind of a spooky thing because it looks a lot like a Social Security number, and you need to be aware of that. I-10s begin with the digit number 9. In the 4th and 5th positions between the two hyphens, you'll find a 50 to 65, 70 to 88, 90 to 92, or 94 to 99. If you see a 9 in the first position, any of those series in the positions 4 and 5, then you're looking at an I-10, which means you need to pull back on that W9 and go with a W8 bin. And again, if you're not familiar with non-resident alien vetting, you need to probably join us for that topic a little later. I've never seen or talked to anybody who knows what an adoption 10 looks like. I've not seen any information from the IRS that explains to me what it looks like. All I know is it exists. So I'm guessing it looks like a social, and you and I wouldn't know the difference. The EIN that starts with 98 for a company is a foreign entity. Problem is the IRS ran out of numbers. So we have to deal with numbers in any other series that could present as a foreign entity. You're supposed to watch out for these foreign entities on your tax ID numbers and vet other indicia on the form indicating you may be dealing with a foreign entity. That would include their address information, the name, if the name has an extension on it of PLC or S.A. or SA or anything like that. You're going to need to pull the per se regulations from the IRS. You might want to write that down. PER space SE regs, per se regs. You can Google it. It's just a 2-page report of the countries and the extensions on company names from those countries. You have this information in front of you. You receive a W-9. The information on your W-9 indicates it's a foreign entity. Pull back. Go with a W-8 bin E, an entity bin W-8 that will then give that party a chance to correspond with you about their non-resident or foreign status. There's a note in the middle of the slide that says that I-10s are expiring. It's true. Started in late 2016 and going into 17. Be aware. Every year, a certain part of the series that I just showed you, the 50 to 65, 70 to 88, et cetera, a certain part of that each year expires. So it's beyond scope for today. Just warning you about it. Please be aware. You may have I-10s that are no longer of use. So the URL there will get you started on understanding that. So have you ever seen an I-10? If you have, great. That's an item 1. You've seen an EIN. 2, you've seen an individual number that began with a 9 and then had that middle digit series that we just talked about. You've never seen an I-10. You don't know whether you've ever received one on either form of W-9 or W-8, or you have no idea what a W-8 is that I've been ripping through here in the last few minutes. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me a note on that. Would be helpful. Benefits of the 10 matching system are pretty straightforward. It's pretty efficient. It can be threaded into your basic process of setting up new payees. It's going to help you prevent errors in names and 10 numbers when reporting. It's going to reduce the number of potential problems with the CP2100 notices, those B notice situations. It's going to reduce the number of corrected returns that you might need to address. It identifies potential backup withholding issues before payment goes out, and it reduces the risk to your company of a liability for failure to back up withhold, which, by extension, reduces the risk to you as a personal liability risk. The registration.
Thank you so much for taking a few minutes to watch this clip from one of our online meetings. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, stay up to date, and stay compliant. This video is brought to you by GRCTS. We are also known as GRC Training Solutions. And here's a quick information about us and what we do. We conduct many compliance and non-compliance training courses throughout the year, covering some of the most important areas within several industries. Our focus is to provide the best and the most up-to-date classes to our audience. All training modules are designed and facilitated by industry subject matter experts who possess years and years of experience and understand compliance very well. Our customers attend our online classes from all over the world. If you're not available to attend the live meeting classes, you can always opt in to get unlimited access to our on-demand or recorded classes. We also provide in-person and face-to-face workshops, on-site workshops where our experts will visit your company at your location and train you and your colleagues, LMS trainings, and finally corporate subscription plans where you pay a little amount to enjoy unlimited access to our courses. We have monthly, quarterly, and annual subscription plans. Here's our contact information for you. If you're interested in learning in any of these topics, or if you know a colleague or a friend who might benefit from our classes, please contact us or visit our website for more information. It's www.grcts.com. You can always send us an email, support@grcts.com, or just give us a call, 248-233-2049. We're looking forward to working with you.